All right, so quite interestingly, I've been racking my head about this for a while. About like where is the best place in Lagos I should tell an investor to invest. You know, people are looking at the Ikoyi markets, the Lekki Phase 1 markets. Okay, Rabiu, is this the best? Okay, people are looking at the Ikate markets. Rabiu, is this the best? People are looking at the mainland markets, Surulere, Yaba, and then the transformation that is happening there, the reurbanization that is happening around the mainland, Ibeju, Grove, Surulere, Yaba, Maryland. Okay, Rabiu, is this the best? And also the New Lagos, Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki, also Rabiu, is this the best? So it's high time we now look at the appreciation rates a lot of these places are doing, and look at it that okay, which location is actually doing the best in terms of appreciation. And if you are really keen about a place where like your investment can go very fast, where in Lagos should you be investing? Where in Lagos should you be buying? All right, this is a very interesting topic. So I'm fine with you that if you disagree with my predictions or with my conclusions, that's fine. I'm not perfect, so I'm definitely open to hearing your view and hearing your own part of your own predictions or analysis. All right, so in case you are coming across the video like this for the first time, this meet the property channel, and this is where we discuss everything real estate for first-time investors, avid investors, people who are who have been investing a lot, started to invest, people who just want to know about the markets. This is your go-to channel. You can't understand real estate markets without like following my channel. It's impossible, because what we do here, you can't find it anywhere on the internet. You can't find it on any other channel. All right, so there are so many corridors in Lagos. There are so many zones in Lagos. We have the Lekki one, Ikoyi, VI. Okay, let's just pack in, squeezing Ikate into that corridor. That's one corridor. Ikate, Lekki one, Ikoyi, VI. That's one corridor. Then we have the Chevron, Orchid, Aja, Ibam-Adeson, Yason, that's also another corridor. Another corridor. You have the New Lagos, the Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki, and maybe let's squeeze in Ikorodu into that also. That's another corridor too. Okay, let's squeeze in Badagry too. All right, that's another corridor. I'm not really a big fan of Badagry, so my analysis of Badagry can be a bit biased. So I've announced that publicly already. so Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki, Ikorodu, Badagry, New Lagos, that's another corridor. Then the reurbanization that is happening around the mainland, around Surulere, around Akoka, around Yaba, Alagomeji, Sabo, Maryland, Ibeju also. Then Shomolu too. Shomolu, Pedro, Gbagada also. So that's another corridor too. So that's like how many corridors now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's like 4 corridors. So now, as an investor, you have this fund, this capital, and you are looking at it that okay, Rabiu, okay. All these places are outlined now. Where do you feel like is the best place for me to put my money? Firstly, I'm not really a big fan of like you doing putting all your eggs in one basket. So if you have been investing around Lekki one, Ikate for donkey years, I would advise you also consider other corridors too, because a lot of these corridors are also doing well. I had the opportunity to sell properties in almost all these corridors that I mentioned. I've sold Ekpe, sold Ibeju-Lekki, sold Surulere, sold Yaba. I have clients there. Sold Ogombo, sold the Ibam-Adeson, sold Lekki Scheme 2, sold the Kate, sold Lekki Phase 1. So I can I have evidently firsthand how these properties appreciate and how the properties of my client is doing. Now, for one thing I've studied about the mainland corridor, particularly the urbanization part of the mainland corridor, the Yaba, the Surulere, the Gbagada, the Ogudu, the Ibeju, the Maryland axis, is that vacancy rate is very low. What I mean by vacancy rate is if you have a property for lets that you want to rent out, vacancy rate is very low. A lot of apartments here are very occupied. So there is someone there. There's a tenant paying. So which means that people pick up apartments for rent faster in this corridor. I think fastest safe in this corridor than every other place in Lagos, compared to Lekki 1, Lekki Phase 1, even in Kate also. The vacancy rate is much higher there than compared to the urbanization on the mainland, and definitely there are a lot of factors behind that because of the higher cost of rent, and also the population is just migrating to the island compared to like existing population on a lot of places on the mainland anyway. So that's one criteria. Then for land, okay, you want to buy land. For me personally, if you want to buy land, 100%, I'll tell you to buy the new Lagos. I feel like you have that place have an unlimited growth margin, compared to every other location. The mainland, Lekki Phase 1, Ikate, a lot of places around that place are even already very, very unpredictable, because today you hear there's a regional road, tomorrow you hear there's a coastal road, another time you hear that there's a drainage alignment, and so on, and so forth like that, because people are constantly encroaching on different government setbacks just to continuously build houses, do buildings or do estates. So the new Lagos really is fantastic. Around the Ibeju-Lekki, around the Ikorodu. If you're looking at, okay, my goal is I want the land, I want to own the land. So Ibeju-Lekki, Ikorodu to me 100%. I feel like that place has very, very good growth margin, and also the electric capital is lower, because if you want to buy land in Lekki 1 right now, it's like maybe 300 million. Ikate is like 250 million, you know. And on the mainland, a lot of places per plot is like 100 million right now for a plot, and you can only be lucky to see a plot for like around 60 million. So so the Ibeju-Lekki axis is fantastic for you to like buy land right now to hold, particularly if you are doing thinking about long term. But a lot of it's not everybody that have that patience to do long term. So I want to buy land, and I want a very fast appreciating location, and I don't want to hold it for too long. Then I will tell you to consider between Chevron to Songotedo. Between Chevron to Songotedo, very, very good appreciation rate, and you don't really have to hold that land for long. Lekki Scheme 2 is fantastic right now if you can still get opportunity to own a land there, because Orchid, I've said this like around 2 years ago already, Orchid is getting exhausted, and by the time Orchid is done, every developer is moving next to around Ogombo, Urbanization and Axis, and that's already happening. Victoria Crest Homes have like around 15 estates in Orchid, and right now they already launched Citadel Views in Ogombo, Citadel Views in Songotedo. So it's already, that shift is already happening. And Romax has a project around Atlantic Estate right now, and a lot of other developers are already doing projects around inside Atlantic layout estate. So it's already clear this is where developers are moving to. Very, very clear. So inside Lekki Scheme 2, we can get land there, fantastic. Do that right now. Where again? It's definitely scarce for you to get the land in Chevron right now. If you are lucky to get one or to get a building that you can demolish, do that around Chevron or Chevron alternative. Where again? Around Ogombo too, if you can get land there, just like Ogombo, it's not really as tush as Lekki Scheme 2. So Meridian Boulevard, Lekki Pride 3, most of these estates were selling very, very cheap around 15 months ago, and I was clamoring for investors to invest there because I knew what those numbers are going to do. Like, I think Meridian Boulevard is like doing 80 million right now, or 90 million. Can you imagine? Something that I was selling like maybe 30 million or how much, or 20 something million how many years ago. So you want to invest in land, you want to hold it for too long, look for an estate around Songotedo, around Lekki Scheme 2, around Ogombo, or if you can see a building that you can demolish, fantastic, you can do it around the axis. All right. So now I want to invest for Shortlet. I'm more concerned about cash flow. I want to do 100 million, 200 million, 150 million, but I want something that's going to be yielding very high returns for me. Then your objective should be around like Lekki Phase 1, Ikate right now. Even though it's crazy, just this year, 2-bed in Ikate have gone 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 just this year. And in Lekki phase 1, 2 bed have gone 90, 120, 130, 150 to around 180 just this year. You know, it's crazy. And I've been looking at the market almost every time, and sometimes I'll just see the figures. I'll like, even myself, I'll say, ha, you know. But it is what it is, because I feel like Lekki 1 and Ikate is continuously having this attraction to cash flow investors who want to do shortlets, and because of that attraction, it's also like driving the demand, driving the price of properties in that axis. So those two axes I still feel like are top notch for cash flow, particularly high yield cash flow. But if you are not really so peculiar about, because if you want to enter that market, you probably have to need to have like above 100 million, particularly if you're looking at 2 bed. But you don't have it up to 100 million and still want to end up like, you still want a very good cash flow market, then you can consider maybe around Ikeja, somewhere around Maryland, somewhere around Ibeju, fantastic. Or even somewhere around Yaba, also fantastic too. Like, you don't have the capital to enter the Ikate-Lekki market, then you can do somewhere around Ikeja, Maryland, Ibeju, Yaba, fantastic. You can also get very good cash flow there, and because the shortlet market is also starting to now climb in these places. Shortlet is starting to climb in Maryland right now, starting to climb in Ibeju right now, starting to climb in Surulere right now, starting to climb in Yaba right now. So you can also still tap into the market. That okay, let's see how the market go. Let's be part of the pioneer. You know, compared to established markets like Lekki 1, Ikate, really. All right, so that's not that market. All right, so but if you're looking at markets where you can make very high return, then Ikoyi, VI, fantastic. But again, these markets also have very high entry capital. For example, now land in Banana Island went from like around 1.1 million per square meter to like around 1.3 million per square meter. So that's like around 200,000 naira per square meter have gone up. So you can now do like your 200,000 times 1,000. Maybe you have 1,000 square meter, or you have 5,000 square meter, you have 3,000 square meter. You know, and you can that difference can go just within 3 or 4 months. It's crazy, you know. And these are also markets. Atlantic, Ikoyi are also markets where you can buy an apartment for like maybe 400 million, and then that apartment goes to like 650, 600, 700. You know, you can just make 300 million within 9 months, within 19 months, within 24 months. You can make 300, 400 million. So that market also have their own audiences. And like I just said before, we are working on this prop tech where you get the advantage to be able to play around every market. So you can play around the Ikoyi VI market, where property can go from like 100 million to 300 million. You can play around the market of like Ibeju-Lekki, where the market is like the growth margin. You can play around the markets of Surulere, Maryland, Ibeju, Yaba, where the market is high occupancy. You can also play around the markets of Ikate-Lekki phase 1, where the market is high yield cash flow. And what we are building specifically is where you can play around all these markets without you really taking all the old risk, and as well as putting down all the old money. So which means that you can have 50 million and have a bit of Ikoyi, have a bit of Ekpe, have a bit of Ikate, have a bit of Surulere with your 50 million, compared to like having to put all your 50 million into only Surulere or only Yaba. So these are like the ideas that we are playing with, and we are so confident of what we can do and how much impact we can make into the market, of how real estate is being invested, or how people invest in real estate right now. And I feel like we can disrupt that. We can change that and make it more profitable to people, lower the entry barrier, and reduce the risk that a lot of people have to pass through. Because if you invest 50 million in a place and the property is not getting delivered, your 50 million now is stuck there. If you invest 50 million in 10 places and one of them is not getting delivered, you are making cash flow from 9 others or 8 others or 7 others or 6 others. You know, because these 6 others are still in very, very nice location, but you really don't care. You don't want to own the apartment, you just want returns, really. All right, so feel free to reach out to us about our equity funding and the model we are building, and we can do like a Zoom session, a Google session about that, and see You can see like what the model we are trying to do, and also how much funds that we are trying to raise regarding that. All right, so these are the different corridors in Lagos, and this is what each of these location is doing. The Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki, Ikorodu, Badagry axis, the New Lagos, that's one corridor. Chevron, Orchid, Aja, Songotedo, Ibamadison axis, another corridor. Ikate, Lekki one, VI, Ikoyi, another corridor. Mainland, Ibeju, Yaba, Surulere, also another corridor. I can look at all this corridor and see, tap into the strengths of each of these corridor and just spread your risk, really. All right, so if you have been watching our videos, you are not subscribed yet to our videos, definitely want to subscribe. It's very, very important for you to subscribe, because we have valuable contents coming up almost every time, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you are subscribed to our videos, we want you to also turn on the notification button as is showing on the screen, so that as we are dropping this valuable content, we are dropping these opportunities, opportunities for you to make like 100 million a year. Massive 100 million a year, 100 million in naira. So don't come to me that is USD. So you definitely have to like turn on the notification button, so that as we are dropping these opportunities, these videos, you get notified and you can tap into like the available opportunities. All right, so I still remain your number one person on the planet, your property advisor consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos, and see you next time.